So I don't know if any of you guys out there have had Invisalign, but every Tuesday I change my trays, and I'm filming this on a Tuesday, and my teeth right now, if they could speak for themselves, they would say, "Lauren, I want to punch you in the face." Such is the price one must pay if they want to have teeth that will not be screwed up for the rest of their life. So I have a fun video for you guys today. I've been planning this one for a while, and I just collected some more products to add to this stash, so I think we've got some good ones. I'm going to be sharing my favorite sparkly, glittery eye products that just give you that like wham, bam, amazing, like statement look to your eyes. So when it comes to the everyday, I know I'm still probably way more extra than the average person with the makeup that I apply, but I don't wear like a lot of glitter or winged liner or anything like that on a day-to-day basis. Typically, I save those kinds of looks for filming, when I'm going out, a special occasion, but there really seems to be no shortage of those things in my life, so I have amassed quite a collection of products that help me to get that like wham bam, awesome, amazing, sparkly look on my eyes. I'm gonna take one for the team today and make myself a bit of a human disco ball by swatching these products for you, which will inevitably mean that I will be covered in glitter for the next like week and a half, but that's okay. It is all in the name of a good beauty review. But before we get into my recommendations, I wanted to say hi and welcome to any of you who are new to my face here. My name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out and chatting beauty with me. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Hopefully you will click that little subscribe button down below. That way you will be notified when new videos and such are being posted on my channel. And in the meantime, let's get into some glittery goodness. So why don't we start out with what is on my eyes today. This is one of the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadows. I have the shade here, Kitten Karma, which is a really beautiful sort of champagne-y rose gold with a silver sparkle in it. These are perhaps the most standout of all of the products that I'm going to talk about today. Like if you want the most impact, sparkle, glitter, shine, amazingness, these are your best friend. These retail for $24 a piece. They come in a variety of really cool shades. There are other like neutrals. There's one that's like a silvery color. There are some like bronzy ones, and then there are some colorful options as well. So what makes this product special is that it's not just like a gel base with glitter in it. It is actually got like, it's like a cross between a glitter and a cream shadow or like a liquid shadow, and it has this doe foot applicator. So it has quite a lot of pigment, but then a ton of glitter running through it as well. So the result is very opaque and like blindingly sparkly. Like really, let's just take a moment to appreciate what is happening right here on my hand right now. So with this and a lot of the products we're going to talk about today, I usually like to apply all of my powder eyeshadow first and then apply this on top on the lid as like the last step before I do my liner, mascara, and lashes. It basically just glides on like a cream. You do have some time that you can blend it with your fingers. Since it's very glittery, I feel like you have to be a little bit careful with, so you don't get like the glitter everywhere. So I just kind of gently tap with my fingers to blend out the edges. And then it does dry down and basically lasts like without really any fallout all day long. If you touch your eyes or scratch them, you may flake off some of the glitter. So, you shouldn't be touching your eyes anyway, but as long as you keep your hands off, they stay in place, they wear really, really well, and they maintain that like super intense sparkle for hours. The one thing I will say about these you want to be careful about is because they are quite wet when you first apply them, especially if you have hooded eyes, you probably want to do one eye at a time and keep that eye closed until the shadow sets, so the glitter doesn't transfer onto your upper lid, especially if you're trying to do like a cut crease or anything like that. So they do have a bit of a longer dry time. Once they dry, they won't transfer, but they may be something you want to just keep in mind, especially if you do have that kind of eye shape. The next really beautiful glittery product that I want to share with you guys are the PUR Eye Polishes. These are also cream shadows. They are a little bit different in that they're in a pot. And these have like a little mesh stopper, so you can just put like a silicone brush they have come with this. You can use your finger and just press it into the netting and you'll get the product on your brush or on your hand. And these are not glittery so much as they are like shimmery and metallic. They offer like a very, very fine sparkle. They're not as chunky as the Stila ones. These retail for $26 and they come in, I think, like maybe 6 shades or so, so a slightly smaller range than the Stila ones as well. So I just swatched these next to the Stila one. I have 2 shades. The one in the middle here is Cashmere, which is a champagne-y color, and then the shade Silk, which is sort of more of a rosy bronze shade. Again, I really like to use these all over the lid. You can apply them on top of powder shadows, or you can apply them to your naked lid. If you want to just like add a wash of shimmery color, you could maybe put a little transition in your crease and then just apply this all over the lid, blend it out with your fingers, and you'd be good to go. They're very easy to use. The only thing about these that I don't like is that I find that they dry up fairly quickly. Like the first 6 months they're good, but when you get to that 6 months to a year mark, they can dry up. I have found, because they are water-based, if you add a couple drops of purified water, usually that will revive it pretty good, but you know, you really don't want to keep your makeup past its expiration date. It's not really hygienic, especially for things you're putting on your eyes. So they are a little bit pricey at a $26 price point, especially if they're not going to last forever. But if you want to make the splurge and you have a shade that you really love from the collection, I think that they are absolutely beautiful. The next product that's sort of in a similar vein and I feel like does not get nearly enough hype are these Butter London Glazen eye glosses. I am like obsessed with these, and I feel like Butter London's known for their nail polishes. Their makeup line does not get nearly enough hype. They have some really great products. These are, again, like a creamy eyeshadow, but they almost have like a puddingy texture. It's kind of strange. It looks almost like a whipped mousse or something like that, but it's incredibly shimmery and glittery. Again, these are beautiful, padded on top of the lid. This shade Frosted that I have here is like a really beautiful pinky rose gold color. Oh my god, so stunning. These retail for $24 a piece, so again, not super cheap, but they're a really nice like special occasion product. And also because they are cream, they do dry out eventually, which is the only downside to them. So I have been able to get these at a discount during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty sale, which is going on right now if you're watching this at the time that this video is posted. So if you can get this for $12, it's like 100% worth it. They are absolutely stunning and there's nothing quite like it. So I just swatched here the shade Frosted, which is so beautiful. And I also have this shade Unicorn, which is new. This one also is pinky, but it has like a purpley iridescence to it, which is really cool. So as you can see, like Frosted has more of a gold reflect to it and has like a pinky rose gold champagne kind of thing going on, whereas Unicorn has more of a purpley pink undertone to it and a more of a blue reflect. So stunning. These again are really long wearing. There's like no fallout on them. You just pat them on the lid, they dry down, they're locked in, they last for a really long time, and they're just like so glittery and fun. And there's also some really beautiful shades. They have like this oil slick one that has like that reddish purple green kind of vibe to it. So cool. Now, as far as something a little bit more affordable goes, these products from Revlon have probably been the best things that I've tried thus far that really give you that high impact glittery shine. They are the Revlon Photoready Eye Arts. So I have 2 of them here. This one is in the shade Burnished Bling, which is like a coppery shadow with a gold glitter. And then I have the shade Topaz Twinkle, which has a more like taupey champagne cream shadow with a sort of like a taupe glitter that also has some multicolored glitter reflex in it. Really cool. Basically, these are duos. So there's a cream shadow on one side and then a glitter on the other side. So you can wear them together, you can wear them alone. You can put the cream shadow down first and then layer the glitter on top. You could do the glitter as a liner. You can do it all over the lid. There's really a lot of flexibility with these. And they retail for $9.99, so very affordable, plus Revlon's drugstore brand. You could easily find these like buy one, get one 40 or 50% off. So I would recommend, if you are going to buy them, try to get them with some kind of sale, especially if you want to buy more than one color. So for me, the big thing about these is that they have the same kind of issue as the Stila one. They take a little bit of a while to dry down. If you have hooded eyes, you want to be careful about transfer, so you may want to take your time. Do one eye at a time, let it dry before you open your eyes, otherwise it might get a little bit messy on you. The other thing that I've noticed with these is that sometimes, I think there might be like alcohol or something in the gel that the glitter is in, and that it can sting my eyes a little bit if I glob it on too heavily until it's dry. Once it's dry, it doesn't irritate my eyes at all, but I think just the gel might have like alcohol or something in it that's drying, and as it's drying down, if there's too much of it on my eyes, it's a little bit uncomfortable. So that's something I don't really love about these. I haven't ever had like my eye get red or itchy or have any kind of like true allergic reaction, but that's just something to keep in mind if you're somebody that's very sensitive in the eye area. So as you can see, the metallic cream shadows in this are like really reflective and beautiful, and then the glitter is sort of like a slightly tinted base with loose glitter packed into it, but it can be built up really nicely, and I think that they do layer pretty well on top of each other, so it can give like a really cool look to it. And these are both of the duos swatched next to each other. I mean, formula-wise, the cream shadows blend out pretty well, I think, with your fingers or with a brush. You have a bit of drying time. Again, you know, they're definitely more tricky to work with than a powder eyeshadow as far as blending goes, but they're not impossible. And the glitter does last pretty well. It doesn't have fallout after it dries. Kind of very similar to the Stila ones. Unless you're rubbing your eyes, you'll probably be fine. Now, if you want a true glitter liner, something that has a really fine tip, I would recommend the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliners. I have this shade here that's called Urban Cowboy, Midnight Cowboy, which this is sort of like a burnished gold glitter. These are really cool. It has a really super fine tip, so you can either do this as a line or you can just kind of build it up and pack it on like you would loose glitter onto the lid. It looks really beautiful. You can use this when you see people do those really cool glitter cut creases. You can use something like this to do that detail work because the brush is really nice and fine. These retail for $20. It comes in a whole bunch of really cool different colors, and because of the fact that it's in a tube, they last much longer than the products in pots I found. So even though it is a little bit splurgy for something that you're only going to be doing very detailed work with, it will last quite a while. Now, these don't really have a pigment base in them. It's like a clear gel packed with glitter. It does build up pretty well. It's not like the glitter is really sparse, but you're not going to have like any pigment in this product if that's something that you're looking for. And then as we segue over into powder products, this one is kind of like half cream, half powder, because it's a duo. These are the Eyedeal eyeshadow duos from Dose of Colors. This one is in different packaging because it is limited edition. It's part of their Mint For You collection. This is the shade Mint 2B. These are really cool. You have on one side a cream shadow that you can use as a primer, and it's got a bit of a metallic finish to it. This is what this one looks like. So it's actually kind of sheer. It's not like super opaque, but what these are used for is to adhere this loose shimmery glitter powder that screws off on the bottom, and this is absolutely stunning. I'm just gonna layer this and just pat it on top, and it adds just the most beautiful sparkle to your eyes. Look at how pretty that is. So stunning. This particular shade, it's like the powder is like a mint green with like a gold shimmery reflect to it. So pretty. So usually what I'll do with these is go in either with my finger or with like a flat concealer brush to apply the cream product to my lid or wherever I want the sparkly shadow to stick, and then I'll go in with another fluffier brush to pick up the powder shadow and then just pat it on top, and it sticks really well. I haven't had a problem with fallout with these. They're really long wearing and also super sparkly. In the original collection, there are quite a few more shades. In the limited edition Mint 2B, there was this duo and then also a rose gold one, both of which are super pretty. These Eyedeal duos retail for $25, so a little bit up there in price, but you are kind of getting like two products for one, if you think about it that way. And again, this is one of those really special accent type products that you don't need to have a lot of them in your collection, but just to have one may really amp things up for you when you want to like do those special kinds of looks. Now on to a couple of powder products. This first one is also from Dose of Colors, and this is limited edition. Right now it's currently not available, but it's coming back in stock, and I am so obsessed with it that I kind of feel like I would be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't talk about it, because if you want to pick it up, I would recommend trying to get it in the restock. This is the DesixKaty collab, the Girls Eyeshadow Palette. These four eyeshadows are just absolutely stunning. They are ridiculously sparkly. They are just like super creamy, really high shine, interesting, impactful shades. Like if you want a palette that will basically give you lots of options for creating a really interesting special occasion look that can be paired with any of your neutral matte palettes. This is the way to go. It retails for $28, which is pretty affordable. It's not like totally insane price-wise, and they're just so unique and interesting. I really, really like this palette. So I know it's a little bit difficult to get your hands on, but this has given me like so much inspiration in the last couple of weeks since I've had it. I just definitely would recommend it to you guys. Just make sure that you use these wet. I feel like they adhere to your lids much better and are much more bold if they're applied wet with your fingers as opposed to with a brush, especially these two deeper shades up here. Then this is a product that launched quite a while ago, and I feel like nobody really talks about them anymore, but they're really, really good. So I'm kind of bringing it back out of the recesses of beauty history. These are the Urban Decay Moondust eyeshadows. I have the shade here, Solstice, which is such a cool duochromatic shimmery shade. This has like a red base with blue glitter in it, and it just looks so incredibly stunning on your eyes. Now, these I do find applied best foiled, either with some kind of a primer or applied over a glitter primer. That's gonna really amp up the color and the sparkle on these. Just by themselves with a brush, I feel like they're a little bit too glittery and chunky, like they need something to stick to on your eyes to really get the impact. But if you want just that really interesting, cool, duochromatic, sparkly shine on your lids, I would definitely recommend checking out these line. They retail for $21. It's a lot of money for a single eyeshadow, but if you just want like there's one really cool shade, it may be worth it to invest in that one. Speaking of glitter primers, the one that I typically use is the Too Faced Glitter Glue. This retails for $20. It does a very good job of sticking like glittery shadows to your eyes, or you can use it to apply loose glitter. Like this one I got from MAC as part of their holiday collection. So any kind of cosmetic grade loose glitter can also be patted on top of your eye, on top of an eyeshadow look. That's a really great way to get sparkle as well. Loose glitters are just a little bit more difficult to use because they can have fallout. You can kind of get them everywhere. A lot of times I would recommend, if you're going to do a loose glitter, do your eye makeup first. That way you can clean up the fallout before you do your foundation, so you're not worrying about having sparkle all over your face. But if you use a good glitter glue, the glitter will stay put once it's on your eyes and usually will last a really long time. So this one is very good, but NYX also has a glitter primer that's like $6, and that one is also very good. So if you don't want to spend the money on the Too Faced, I would get the NYX one. And also, like, rather than needing to spend like $20+ on a MAC glitter, NYX makes really great loose glitters as well. So I would recommend checking those out if you're in the mood for getting like a funky, cool loose glitter to add to your look. So those are all the super fun glittery products that I wanted to share with you guys today. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. I always really appreciate your support. And again, if you are new to my channel, make sure you click that subscribe button before you go if you want to be kept in the loop whenever I'm posting new content. I like to chat about all kinds of beauty things, share some tutorials and some reviews and all kinds of good stuff. Also, if you have any recommendations for amazing glittery eye products that you want to share with the rest of us, let us all know in the comments down below. So that about wraps up things today. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.